It's your boy Conservist34. Just wanted to give my reaction to the chatter last night. DMB Drive-In. Got the Maryland Heights, Missouri show, May 30th, 2006. If you watched the stream like I did, you saw the chatter was everywhere, right? On the forums, Facebook pages, Twitter, all sorts of social media. Everyone was abuzz about different things, right? Yeah, people saying the violin needs to come back. I'll trade Buddy Strong for a fiddle player. Boyd needs to come back. Boyd doesn't need to come back, but there needs to be a violin player. There was a lot of chatter. People were saying free Boyd, bringing Boyd back. A lot of things going on. And then you had some fans who said, hey, let's be grateful for the band we have. And Tim's awesome and Rashawn's awesome. And isn't Rashawn underrated? And people were like, no, he's amazing, but he gets in the way of Dave. So here is my reaction. I'm going to break it down. So the number one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to bring people back from the grave. I don't want to bring people back from being away from the group because of personal reasons like Boyd. So the first thing I'm going to eliminate, even though it was amazing to see Mr. Leroy Moore on stage and hear his beautiful saxophone, this isn't about, oh man, the band's not the same since Leroy. It isn't the same. But we can't control that. He has passed on and he watches over all of us at the concerts. The other thing we cannot change is Boyd. So I'm not going to make arguments for Boyd to come back because you know what? He is not in the condition to perform with this band. His chemistry does not gel with this band. That's why essentially he was released as a free agent. And I wish him the best. I wish his family the best. I know his house is on the market, so I hope everything is going well. What I will focus on is what I believe I heard last night that is realistic for this current band to do. It is realistic, okay? So forget about a new fit or whatever. That's Dave's choice, and I can't argue for that. All I can say is we need to make the best of what's around, in my opinion, of what the band can offer. One thing I noticed last night was the tempos were slower. That made everything better, from Granny to Gray Street and everything in between. When the band slowed down their tempos, it allowed for the amazing melodies to resonate. It allowed for the lyrics to flow out freely instead of being pushed forward at 75 miles per hour in a 50 mile per hour zone. To me, the band is better no matter who is the personnel when they slow down their tempos. Not to a crawl, but they slow them down to how they used to play them. That is something I would hope the band could do realistically in its current setup. The next thing that is realistic for this band, you don't have to fire anyone. You don't have to kick Rashawn out. But for the band to be aware of their space. You know what made last night so amazing? There was so much open space. There was so much subtle fills, and you could hear Dave's guitar. I have preached this in every other video, but it resonated last night to many people. It was nice to hear Dave's guitar. Tim Reynolds, before he even came on full-time with the band, allowed Dave's guitar to resonate, and he was quieter. And when we needed electric guitar in 98, in 95, he did turn it up when appropriate. That is gone from the current band. Tim has gotten quieter. He has improved since 2008. But at the same time, he still plays over Dave, and it is extremely annoying. Satellite last night, whether you love it or hate it, it was nice not to hear those piercing electric guitar melodies that Tim does. Tim is an amazing artist, but less is more. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. Less is more. I love Rashawn. I love Tim. But sometimes they do, pun intended, too much. They do too much. If they could step back a couple feet and allow for Dave, allow for Buddy Strong, allow for Stefan to ring out when appropriate, especially on the older songs, it would be great. They don't have to change a lot of the newer material. A lot of the newer material is made to be big band and loud and boisterous, and it's appropriate. But the older material is still better when they don't have a traffic jam of sound. You know, I was watching Ludacris this weekend on Instagram do the versus battle, and obviously one of his biggest hits is Move, B, Get Out the Way. Tim and Rashawn need to move and get out of the way of some of the special moments of Dave. Playing mirror for mirror note in warehouse. Not digging it. Having the horn be too excruciating loud in certain parts where Dave's parts ring out. Not digging it. These are professionals. They are the best at what they do, but they need to be more aware of the material and the surroundings. That's what Jeff Coffin does really, really well. He studied up on the material, and when he became a part of the band full time, he does not get in the way of Dave. And by the way, when he gets on that soprano sax on songs like The Stone, he is amazing. When he's on the flute in Say Goodbye, he is amazing at recognizing not getting in Dave's way. I love this band. I will still go to the shows no matter what. But all I just would hope that they could consider being aware of space, having the idea of less is more, and slowing down the tempos. This would make for better shows even with the current lineup. I'm not going to talk about the violin. I'm not going to talk about Leroy coming back because he can't. His spirit is on stage every night, but we cannot bring him back. All that I ask from this band and hope from this band, even though it's their call, is to consider these changes. And people talk about bands change over time. They evolve. Well, there's nothing wrong with evolving your personnel. But some of the blatant times where Tim plays over Dave and when Rashawn is playing over a quiet moment in a song, that is not evolving. That is stepping on the original material. Now, to be fair, Tim makes certain things better. You know, some of the everyday and some of the stand-up stuff are better with Tim and Rashawn. But there are a lot of things that have been butchered and sabotaged, like Don't Drink the Water, in the spirit of what it was and what it can be even with this band, but Tim wants to play loud harmonics all the time. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Again, you can say what you want about the violin. It's a free country, as everyone's saying now with this pandemic and not using masks and busting through doors, not respecting the private businesses. It's a free country, but all I'm saying is we can't change certain things, but we have the ability to make things better. And the last thing I'll say is this. There was some talk about Buddy Strong. Oh, Butch is better than Buddy. No, stop it. Stop it. Butch got to be on the 1997 Chicago Bulls version of DMB that were about to get their second three-peat. That's the band Butch joined. What Buddy Strong has joined is a band who lost its most critical, unique instrument, the violin, that has a totally different sound that has turned away thousands of fans from showing up. Literally, look up, ask people. A lot of people don't go to shows because they don't like the new sound of the band. The band has did a total 180 from acoustic jam to hard electric rock for half the show. But please do not say, oh, Butch is better than Buddy. No, Buddy Strong was on the Washington Wizards Michael Jordan team. He wasn't on the 97 Bulls Jordan team. So he's had to compensate and cover for different people. By the way, he has to be in a band where everyone is so freaking loud, his piano doesn't shine like Butch. When Butch was playing last night, everyone was quieter. So on Grace Is Gone, you hear the beautiful piano. On Satellite, Live Tracks 31, you hear the piano. So let's not throw Buddy Strong under the bus. Oh, I'll trade him for this, I'll do this for that. No. Buddy Strong should stay, whether they have a violin player added or not. He is an amazing source of energy. It's your boy, Conceviz34. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.